Back in the 80s, this baby appeared on the market. That's right, my friends, the Yuppie drinking helmet. Featuring 2 spots for your beer cans and of course some long bendy straws that bring the drink right to your mouth. Will you look a bit like an alcoholic gerbil wearing it? Perhaps, but for years this helmet was a hot commodity, especially during summers. But like many viral summer products, this $20 Yuppie drinking hat was not very practical. Problems include it being very uncomfortable and very prone to spills. As the Harvard Crimson wrote back in 1985 when the helmet first became popular on campus, quote, "It is difficult to walk, laugh, or even talk without spilling." And quote, "Drinking carbonated beverages through the hose caused awkward burps and coughs, while spillage created embarrassing wet spots." If you think about it, you really can't bend at all while wearing that helmet unless you want your drink pouring all over you. But this, my friends, doesn't matter because this is a great example of a viral novelty product. Every year we see more of these get pumped out, whether it's in the form of a pet rock or silly bands or even things that do have some practicality but are driven by fast-moving trends, a la last year's Stanley Cup craze, a topic I covered in my video Let's Talk Water Bottle Culture. With this in mind and with summer right around the corner, I thought it would be a good idea in this video to talk about summer's viral products, or more specifically to de-influence some of these viral summer products. So if you're someone who has been thinking about buying one of these products, or you just like seeing bizarre products that are on the market today and you want to be de-influenced further, stay tuned. And disclaimer, this video is not to demonize any of these products or consumption as a whole. If you guys have seen my other videos before, you know that is not my style. I truly think that consumption is important and necessary, and everyone's buying habits will be different. Not to mention, many of the products I'm going to mention address real summer-specific pain points. But what I hope people come out of this video with is a mindset of more conscious consumption. Being honest with ourselves about how often we truly use something, whether we really want it or we're just bored, and being critical about why these products might be promoted in the first place. Like, is it secretly a drop shipper that's pushing the product, or is there affiliate commission to be made? It's all good things to consider. By the way, if you are new here, hi, I'm Cara, and I make videos on the intersection of money, media, and intentional living. Some folks in the comments ask me what I mean by intentional living, and what I mentioned earlier with conscious consumption is what I think of as one of the main tenets of intentional living. Basically, how do we become front seat drivers of our lives? How do we be more intentional with our finances, with our spending, with the way we absorb media? Being intentional with our lives is how we create a life where we're happy and fulfilled. I really believe that. So if you are someone who is looking to live more intentionally, especially around your money, and if this kind of stuff interests you, be sure to subscribe. By the way, I recently organized my videos into playlists, including a whole playlist on being a conscious consumer, so go check that out if you're interested. And last but not least, before we jump into the viral product lineup, on the topic of intentionality and a new season approaching, I wanted to share with you guys this incredible fitness app that I've been using recently called Copilot Fitness, which is today's sponsor. Copilot Fitness is a personalized fitness solution that lets you work with a virtual personal trainer on your fitness goals. Every program is customized to your schedule, goals, injuries, and your personal trainer helps you stay accountable throughout your fitness journey. Now, I've always been someone who enjoys working out, but it's only been in like the past year that I've gotten into weightlifting. The problem is I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know how much I should lift. I didn't know what forms. I didn't have a structure. But what was so great about Copilot Fitness is that I was able to get a customized schedule based on my goals and someone to cheer me on along the way. My Copilot personal trainer asked me what I'd been lifting, what my goals were, what equipment I had, and she created a 3-day-a-week weightlifting plan to my exact needs. The plan has been wildly helpful because now I go into the gym knowing what I'm actually supposed to do. The app also shows me the exact forms I should be doing so I don't mess up, and I can check in with my personal trainer anytime if I have questions or want something changed. I've mentioned this in previous videos, but my health is something I'm really intentional about investing in. When I exercise and eat healthy, I feel better and happier. So having Copilot Fitness support me on this health journey has been really incredible. If physical health is something that you're looking to invest in, I highly recommend Copilot Fitness. And they are actually offering 2 weeks free with your own personal trainer when you click my link down below. So go to go.mycopilot.com/Cara Nicole to get 14 days free with your own personal trainer. Let me know what you guys think when you try it yourselves, and thank you so much to Copilot Fitness for sponsoring today's video. All right, let's dig into de-influencing viral summer products, starting with something we've actually talked about on this channel before. It's very similar to the yuppie drinking helmet we were just talking about, and that is our dear old friend, the Stanley Cup Snack Ring. If you've seen my video, Let's Talk Aesthetic Restocking videos, you'll know what I think about these things. They are wildly impractical. They make drinking from your Stanley Cup difficult and are very prone to spilling everywhere. If you're summering it up by the pool or the beach and you need to bring food, why not just bring Tupperware?
That is legit the same Tupperware I give my 5-year-old daughter for school every day.
What are you saying? Say it again.
Tupperware?
Say it again. Slow.
Tupperware?
Slow. Very slow. Say the first syllable.
Tub.
I personally have an entire cabinet dedicated to old takeout containers that I now use as Tupperware, and that I can use to easily transport food to whatever watering hole I'm going to for the day. And better yet, my water bottle is then free so that I can drink water from it. It's a crazy idea, right? I'll be honest, guys, I cannot promise that this is the last time I will bully the Stanley Cup Snack Ring. It is just such a funny concept to me, and it looks ridiculous. I can't help myself. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be the better person here.
Stop! Do you know what everyone says about you?
But I will move on from this snack holder quickly because we have plenty of other products on this de-influencing hit list of mine. And I don't think that any of them reach the level of impracticality as this next one, which is the water expandable towel. This baby is exactly what it sounds like. It's a towel that becomes a towel once it's soaked in water. It starts as this little white pod of a compacted towel, and when you soak it, it expands, so you have a full body towel. Pop quiz and product development. What is the issue here? Answer: there is a flaw in the product market fit. What do customers want from a towel? Usually to get them dry, or at least keep them dry. What does this product do? It only becomes a towel once it's soaking wet. The comments on this video put it even more simply, with all of them pointing out the problem, like, why do you want to buy this? You need it at a time it's wet, ah ha ha. Or, why would I want a wet towel, bro? Make it make sense. Also, does this not look like the thinnest towel ever? Which maybe makes it faster to dry, but also I don't feel like it'll be very comfortable or absorb very well. Personally, I say just stick with a normal towel. They're not that hard to pack up, and you don't have to make them soaking wet to use them. Win-win. Speaking of liquids, the next two products we are going to de-influence are all about keeping liquids cool. A noble quest for the summer, absolutely, but these products go a little overboard. First off is a tote bag with a secret built-in wine cooler compartment. If I had known about this last year, I would have included it in my How Alcohol Keeps You Poor video, because these suckers cost anywhere from $25 to $50 a bag, which I get is not a lot in itself, but consider the fact that for that same price, you could just buy a whole cooler bag. Not a bag just to cool your one wine, but it also cool your other drinks, your foods, your Tupperware full of poolside snacks that you will not be putting on top of a Stanley Cup. Sorry. While the idea of a secret compartment sounds cool and mysterious, and you know it'd probably get a few laughs from friends the first time they see it, is it really worth it? Be honest with yourself, not only because there are alternatives like a cooler bag that you could easily use, and if you're someone who uses food prep services, there's a good chance you have those giant freeze bags that you could use to chill stuff, but also because those things look annoying to clean. It doesn't look like there's an easy way to clean the wine pouches. If the pouch breaks, you're now staining your entire tote bag. And every step you take with the bag, there'll be this heavy sloshing. Also, you cannot see how much of the drink you have left, so imagine this picture. You and your buds are hanging out, everyone's got a glass of wine. And then Tony approaches, and Tony's like, hey guys, I want a drink too. And you're like, oh man, go ahead, go to my tote. I've got plenty in there. But I don't actually know. Tony, he tries to pour, nothing comes out. Now Tony doesn't have a drink. Poor Tony, he's sad. He's been left out. He's got no wine because your tote bag didn't let you see into it, and you didn't know how much drink you have left. Tony's sadness is now on your hands. So for the Tonys of the world, don't buy this. You don't need it. And you know what else you don't need? A portable beverage chiller. There's a lot to say about this one. Is it the fact that it's bulky and requires ice anyways, which means you could just bring a bag of ice with you wherever you're going to chill your drinks? Is it that I'm not convinced it's chilling the drinks all the way through, and instead it's just making the containers cold? Or that if you use this with soda, is the spinning not gonna shake up the drink so that it explodes the second you open it? Just like with our secret wine cooler tote bag, I think we're better off just using a normal cooler bag for chilling our drinks. Don't fix what's not broken, you know? What I think purchases like this portable beverage cooler do is they tap into our impulsive buying muscle. We all have it, but we have to train ourselves out of pulling the trigger on every product that looks cool. We have to exercise a mental routine of weighing a purchase or not, asking ourselves if it's worth the cost, if we'll really use it, if it's solving a real problem for us. If we don't ask ourselves these questions, we screw over our finances and our planet in the long run. Speaking of which, one of the top contributors to carbon emissions and a huge toll on our wallets is clothing. The fashion industry is the second largest polluter in the world, following the oil and gas sector. And those who've seen my videos before, like our Shein problem or Let's Talk Haul Culture, know that I'm especially critical of fast fashion. We live in a world of micro trends that are swapped out weekly, and that leads us to a world with clothing waste galore. Not to mention finances that are wrecked by binge shopping on Shein, Temu, Zara, Princess Polly, or one of the many other fast fashion brands out there. Throwaway fashion culture is what has us now wearing fast fashion items on an average of only 7 to 10 times before being tossed. And it's what has us seeing trends like buying a new summer wardrobe every year. Not just that actually, because we also see new fall wardrobes, new winter ones, new spring ones, which is exactly why my next de-influencing target is a summer closet. I'm not saying to not buy things for the season, bodies change, clothes get worn down, sometimes you need something in particular, but there's really no reason we would need to switch out our entire wardrobe every season. Instead, it's best to avoid microtrends altogether. Think about what was popular just a few years ago and how different it is to today. Buying something overly trendy is a great way to be out of style next year. Instead, stick with summer outfits that you can repeat for future summers, and even better, that you can layer in with other seasons throughout the year. And consider secondhand shopping, because that is a great way to create a more circular economy and minimize waste. But let's move on to a group that is a little more, shall I say, naked during the summer. Naked really all year round. And I'm not talking about the nudist beach type people, but our furry friends. That's right, next on my hit list is the Doggy lounge chair. Marketed as a great place for your pet to sunbathe, I'll be real with you, my dog would never use that. It's like the thing with cats and how they only want to sleep in the box that their bed came in versus the bed itself. My dog would much rather lay on the warm ground next to the Doggy lounge chair. I think this is a great example of when humans start projecting our desires onto our pets, because I think we see videos like this where an Instagram model dog perches nicely on a lounger and we think, wow, I'd sure love to lay on something like that. But instead of buying a lounge chair for ourselves or just going out to sit in the sun in whatever chair we already have, we think, my dog probably wants this as badly as I do. But I don't think so. I think our dogs don't need lounge chairs. They are perfectly happy on a towel in the grass, sitting beside you on your human lounge chair. If anything, the Doggy lounge chair is likely an uncomfortable place for your dog that will quickly collect pollen and spider webs in the months to come. Hard pass on this one. Which brings me to my final viral summer product to de-influence. This one is a classic. It is not just big this year or even last year. It has been big since as long as I can personally remember, but I'm hoping it fades away soon. And that is tanning products. Oh yes, my friends, you didn't realize it, but you have stepped into a health PSA. To be clear, not talking about things like self-tanner. I'm talking about tanning products like tanning oils, which are marketed as a safe and easy way to achieve a sun-kissed glow. On Hawaiian Tropics product description, you have the nice euphemism of, quote, enhances your tan. But products like these pose significant risks to our health, particularly when it comes to skin cancer. Exposure to UV radiation, whether from the sun or tanning beds, dramatically increases our risk of developing skin cancer. When we think of the idea of a sunburn, we really should be thinking of it as a radiation burn, because that is exactly what it is. And if you're thinking, well, I use sunscreen sunscreen on top of my tanning oils, so I must be protected. Well, not so much. According to this Birdie article, quote, turns out that the oils found in the tanning product when combined with sunblock might make the SPF ineffective, leaving the skin at risk for sun damage. I am not saying avoid the sun. A certain amount of sun exposure is really good for our health, but please wear sunscreen. I will never ever de-influence people from wearing sunscreen. Now personally, I recommend checking out ones that are reef friendly or reef safe because those are better for the environment. But even if for some reason you don't have those on hand, please still use sunscreen. And if you want a tan, go with sunless tanning products. Self-tanners are a great way to get a glow without damaging your skin with UV radiation. So spare the skin, spare your wallet, just overall avoid tanning products. And that, my friends, rounds out my list of viral summer products to de-influence. Let me know in the comments below what products you want me to do next and de-influence, if there's a certain category of products or a season or whatever else. These videos are always so much fun to make, to write, to research, to film. I really enjoy it. I hope that you guys have fun with it too, and it helps becoming a more conscious consumer. If you want to see more conscious consumer kind of videos from me, I have my whole playlist available on my YouTube now, so go check that out. Thank you so much to my patrons on Patreon for supporting my channel. Thank you so much Copilot for sponsoring this video, and thank you guys for watching and getting this far. I appreciate you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.